In this Eternal Return video, we watch how Mozom24, a Sissela main, is abusing Adela to climb Korean solo queue. And Rapier skill into the full combo from Adela, and now W, but the R counters that W. Adela is 100% broken right now. Here's the build and the ID. Guys, please be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let's go. Eternal Return, Black Survival. It's your boy, Loy here. And today, we've got some more Adela gameplay. This time, it's not by Yomi. It's by another guy named Mozom24. He is a Sissela main, but he has taken to playing Adela a lot more frequently. In fact, I think his past 20 games happen to be Adela games. He's really been labbing this character, trying to figure her out. And as you'll see in this game, Adela is very, very strong. That's kind of the point of the video. It's to show you guys how ridiculously strong this character is. You're just going to see some emotes come through from Jukai there. Basically, what was going on is some people were like, Adela is very weak on release. She's getting stomped a lot early. So I just want to show you guys more or less the power of a strong Adela player. Of course, this is in Korean High Elo, where players tend to play more conservatively early game. They tend to do this because it's a waste of your time and your energy to put in a lot of aggression early. Just going to be using his E to get over the terrain, of course. Guys, the route order, the way you're going to be tracking through this, you're going to go from Cemetery to Hospital to Archery, then to Alley, and finally Forest. And you're going to be trying to, you're going to be maxing your Q first, your E, and then your W, and finally your passive. Of course, as soon as your ultimate is up at all points, you put a point into it, guys. So we're just going to be seeing him here blaze through these first two regions. Maybe doesn't feel like he needs to find the last bandage. Okay, he's gonna hunt for it. Hunts for the leggings, for knee pads. And that's what's going to be his cue to leave. Okay, so those knee pads, very important. They're gonna help him get the EO'd suit. He's gonna be able to find some iron here to build steel, to get the steel knee pads online. So yeah, typical early game stuff. Be efficient, be fast. You don't have to find everything you need. Just make sure you focus on finishing your core components. You kind of want to make sure that you can build your weapon once you leave a region. That's the most important thing. Oof, just hitting them with that Q, E, W, Q, and doing so much damage on the back end of that. Does he want the fight? He is a Sissela main. Opts not to take it this early. Just going to be able to finish the rapier and to finish some steel here. Going to be able to get the sheet metal armor and the steel kneecaps done. So 2 blue items on him, 2 blue armor items on him. Going to be feeling kind of strong so far, but not really that strong. He's still got to work towards building that Sword of Justice. There's the Hanbok getting completed, so he's very close. Just going to need the Stallion medal at some point to get the Sword of Justice. Then some branches to finish the Mistelstein. Mistelstein still proving to be one of the best items on, well, the best item on Adela. A lot of people also seem to like playing her Voltic Leto. Voltic Leto seems viable. It's a crit build. That would be based off her passive. Her passive, of course, giving you extra movement speed every time you critical strike. That would make you a force in a crit build for sure. Her passive also gives you extra attack power based off what would have been her attack speed. She can't really gain more attack speed. Her attack speed is fixed. Okay, so finishing the EO'd boots there, just using the E to pot over that terrain. Very good use of it. You can also use your E into your W to pot over hectic amounts of terrain. You can cover a very far distance, I think as much as a Hesian E. Going to be finishing the Amazoness armor here now. A lot of items going to get done in this region. Also going to be looking for some what's the word? Stallion medals here to finish the Mistelstein. I've said this before earlier on today, but slipped my mind there. Doesn't take the leather, instead takes the moonstone. Very interesting choice with the Moonstone. Stallion middle coming through now. Going to be able to finish that Sword of Justice. Mistelstein not too far away. There's some branches there in the top left of the screen. But she's first going to farm that bear and completely eradicates it. Uses that combo very well to just dodge out on the bear stun as well. Here are some other branches. She decides to path down instead of up. I don't know whether it really matters which way she paths. She's just pathing so she's able to search more. The real big question is whether she paths to Avenue first before going to Forest. Okay, manages to find the hammer she needs for the sheath. And as soon as she finds some rubies, it's going to be the sheath of Shah Jahan done. She's going to have to find some gemstones. I stand corrected on that. Some gemstones and then sheath will come through. Okay, so like I suspected, does path into Avenue here, just as Ali goes off cooldown. So probably just going to be casually passing through here, farming what she can, not wasting her time pathing through here, because obviously there's not a lot she needs from here. Only needs to find the fan from here to finish the White Crane fan, but nothing really more important from this region. Going to be pathing into Temple from here. I'm going to try and find the gemstone required. Doesn't find it, so decides to go to Forest, where she'll be able to find gemstones and the fan that she needs. So very efficient pathing from Mozom there. He really knows more or less which regions favor him the most. Lots of good things to find here. Already found the fan here and a gemstone. So now he just needs one more gemstone. Going to be finishing the White Crane fan. One more gemstone for the Sheath of Shah Jahan. If you watched the last gameplay, it was by Yomi, and Yomi actually doesn't build the sheath on Adela. He actually builds the Draupnir on her. So slight difference between the two builds, but more or less trying to achieve the same thing. Get the attack stat high so the ratios are good on the abilities. Okay, going to be hitting that character with the Q. And now just getting that Tree of Life. Oh, slick. Alright, so there it was. The E into the W to the E over the wall. Clears that terrain and makes that look easy. Just gonna be getting some water. Sippity, sippity, sip. Adela, of course, a master chef. She's a champion chess player, but you can see the master chef. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Moonstone was actually for a new item. It's known as Lunar Embrace, guys. Lunar Embrace gives you it gives you 14 defense, it gives you 200% SP regen, and then skill damage reduction. It's that purple item she's got in her inventory now, walking aggressively towards the Cathy, but doesn't take that fight. Okay, so the way you build Lunar Embrace is you first build some purified water, and then you build a Moonstone. And you combine those two together and it's going to give you that purple item that you now see in her inventory slot. It's more of a defensive kind of utility item because it's got a decent defense stat on it. And then it also gives you that 200% SP regen, which is very mad. And he's just going to be able to finish the Sheath of Shah Jahan now. And this is a full build Adela. Very scary. I love when they start one-shotting stuff on the map and they start hunting people. Lee Dailen going to be the first to get hunted. Q. Another Q. The stun is up. Lee has to dodge this. Oh, he goes in with the rapier skill. Stuns into the E, into the W. And that's so much damage. Lee trying to use her ult to counter it. Auto is coming through from Adela. Mozom really played that well. Just used his rapier skill to close the gap and then went in for his stun combo. Okay. Gonna have his stun up soon as well. He's on his second stack. Just trying to pursue onto the Lee Dailen. Lee Dailen trying to get away here. She's running back into Mozom. Gonna be taking some autos. Gets hit by a Q. The stun's almost up again for Mozom. And now uses his E to cut her off. And he's got his stun up. And this should be the end. Lee Dailen trying to dodge that stun. And she does. Autos coming through from Mozom. The E. More autos coming through. Lee Dailen uses a Q to evade. Lee Dailen regenerating as much health as possible. Mozom's gonna have his E soon. Uses the E into the W. Just slices that Lee Dylan off. Lee Dylan has to use a Q again, kind of jukes around Mozom here. Mozom with the stun again, and Lee Dylan can escape over the wall, but will she have enough time to do so? And she doesn't pot that way. Rapier skill from Mozom. Mozom outplays himself there. Lee Dylan with the huge gap now. And I think Lee Dylan just gets away from this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lee Dylan placing some vision. Watching how Mozom is potting there. Mozom now also just using his W and E. Kind of baiting Lee Dylan out there. Now lands another Q. And another Q lands. Oh, this Lee Dylan's in so much trouble. She just doesn't have the move speed to get away from this. Uses the Q. Mozom actually landed that as the Lee Dylan outed away. Now used his EW combo to close the gap. Finishes it with the Q. And what a performance from Mozom. Really didn't give up on that until he got it. And what a player. Okay, walks out of beach just as the region expires. And now going to be in forest again. What a player, guys. Wow. The persistence to not give up on that. Knew he had the chase potential to stay on the lead island. And this is what is so scary about Adela right now, guys. That chase potential is absolutely ridiculous. You can't tell me anything different. I think at some point numbers will have to be tweaked. And that's why this video will probably be called How Broken Adela Is. Or something with the word broken in it, surely. Adela is very strong. Mozom is a strong player. And the two make for a very deadly combination. Just going to be finding a dead wick. Emoting a question mark on it. And Force Core was left on the body of that Wickeline. He's got Force Core. And he finds the sneaks. Oh my gosh. Hermes on this is going to be disgusting. Hermes on this is going to be disgusting. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Oh, look at that bear just lose 80% of its health in a split second. Okay, Mozom getting poked out by a Sissela now. Winterpine, the name of the Sissela player. Sissela player trying to take the fight here. Winterpine going to be throwing Qs. And Rapier skill into the full combo from Adela. And now W, but the R counters that W. And big play by Mozom there. Really no chance for the Sissela there. I mean, you're going against a Sissela main, so obviously knows the ins and outs of that character. No, he knew as soon as Winterpine used the W there that he could go in with his E and R combo to end that fight. And just really well played there. Of course, not much to actually break down in that fight. Just a huge stat check onto the Sissela there. A huge just burst of damage coming down. The Sissela was trying to build a second Petal Torrent by the looks of things, but just didn't get the chance. Gets one shot by Mozom here. And Adela, really, for a champion who can build such tanky items, right? You're getting Eode boots, you're getting Amazoness armor, you're getting a very tanky Lunar Embrace. Well, it's a more tanky item. You've got three sort of items focused more on building you some solid tank stats. For a character that can do that, Adela deals quite a lot of damage, guys. And also has quite a lot of mobility because she can actually change the trajectory of her mobility. And an Adriana player gonna be poking onto Mozom here with that W. And now he can get the Hermes done. Found the iron ball he needed. And Boots of Hermes on an already crazy looking Adela. And now I'm not sure what's gonna stop the freight train, but we'll see whether someone can pull off a 1v1 against Mozom right now. Very scary character. I think you really just have to stomp her early. Okay, gonna be taking the bracelet of Skadi here, so actually decides that Sheath, not enough damage coming from it. Let's amp that up with more skill amp. Get yourself some SP and HP regen as well. Great. Just great. Look at that. E into W into E. And you can go around that whole complex block using that. And you can just wait on your E here. Don't take any time. You can part with your E again. And it's on such a low cooldown for a mobility spell that it really just makes her super strong. I think if there's one thing they need to tweak, it's her defensive ability. I don't mind her damage. Goes on to the Kathy here. Kathy with the stun, but not enough. Kathy just shredding her up with the true damage. Now lands her stun back, and now Kathy's in trouble. Q's coming out from Mozom. Mozom trying to land some Q's back. Kathy trying to juke out on the Q's. Now losing so much health. Mozom can turn this fight surely. Kathy with the shield up. Going to be wanting to take this. So much damage coming out from Mozom. And now the ult comes through and murders the Kathy. What a play from Mozom24. Completely bodies the Kathy there with the full combo. So much damage coming out. It really caught everyone off guard. Kathy didn't know what hit her. For a while it seemed like the damage they were dealing was more or less the same, but just a huge gap between Adela and Kathy right now in the meta. Which is what I was saying actually, is that the main places where they need to hit Adela in terms of numbers, in my opinion, her damage is perfectly fine. They need to hit her on her defense. They need to just increase her E cooldown, because look at that, and the E is going to be up in 7 seconds again. It outplays pretty much everything because you can time it. Your E has such a open window where you can juke away from anything, that it really just becomes this ability that you can bait out other spells. Going to be using his D to get onto the Adriana here. And Adriana does not want smoke. Uses the smoke bomb. And now using her R to zone out Mozom. And Mozom still pursuing this very heavily. Going to have his E up in a few to try and gap close here. Throwing out the Qs. And he's going to be throwing more and more Qs out just to make sure his stun is there. Adriana now using the W's to kind of zone, going to be running into the restricted area, and Mozom will not chase, instead just holding this ground and making sure that the Adriana has to part a different direction to get back onto the map. Two other players here, a Fiora and a Jukai. Guys, like I was saying, the main place to cut off Adela would be to increase her E cooldown and to make her just more squishy. And that will be the perfect nerf to this character. Okay, uses her Qs on Fiora. Fiora trying to get aggressive. Fiora, one of the characters who I believe could possibly take this 1v1. But not with that Q up. No one wanting the smoke here. Adriana now trying to get a teaming going here. Throwing some auras here from far. But not doing any damage to Mozom. And Mozom just deals so much damage. This is what I'm saying. Hit her where she needs items to do damage. So hit her base damage on her abilities are coming through, and Jukai getting bursted down by Adela, and both Jukai and Adriana fighting her at the same time. Gotta be throwing the stun onto the Adriana. Once the Adriana dead here, Jukai throwing some Qs here. Jukai and Adriana have a pact here. They are straight up trying to 2v1 her, and she's taking the 2v1. Mozom is popping off here. Just throwing some Qs onto the Adela. Adela might actually go down. I mean, Adriana might actually go down. Adriana going to be pursued with the WE combo. And now Adriana with the smoke bombs. Mozom going to be walking out. Does have the increased move speed from his passive. Going to be walking out. Still throwing Qs at the Adriana. Adriana trying to auto. And the mastery skill being used there. Q's going down onto the Jukai. And jukes out with his E to escape that just when he needs to. And I mean, that's a straight up 2 versus 1. And Fiora now looking to get rid of him. Full combo onto the Fiora and manages to escape. Jukai there just dropping his W onto the Fiora. Still saying, I don't want to 1v1 with the Fiora. And now everyone in the restricted zone. And everyone trying to get rid of the Adela. Mozom being forced out of the area. Just using pokes to zone out. And now Fiora getting bursted down, but everyone wants Mozom dead. He uses his ulti onto the Fiora and gets the kill! Oh no! It's a 3v1, guys! He took the 3v1 there, managed to get a kill. And now Adriana and Jukai just focus firing him down. The smoke bomb coming out of Adriana. Adriana trying to burn him to a crisp. He's dropping so much damage, trying to get rid of the Jukai first, prioritizing the Jukai. So much damage from Adriana, finally forces him out of the zone. He's playing this out of his mind. Mozom in a straight up 2 vs 1, a 3v1 for some time. The Fiora was also jumping on him. Gonna have 6 seconds left. They could possibly get him out of this. Adela is so strong. Adela is ridiculously strong. 5 seconds left onto the Adriana here. Jukai just getting hit by a full combo there. And now Jukai going invisible, has 4 seconds left. 6 seconds left, sorry, on the Jukai. Adela now has his ult up. 2 seconds left onto Mozom. Jukai tries to get back into the zone. Doesn't manage to get back on time. And now it's a 1v1 between the Adriana and Mozom. And Mozom now just taunting the Adriana here. Knows he's won it. So tanky on a character that can do so much of everything. And Adriana kind of accepts his defeat. And that's going to be the end of the game. Guys, obviously this character, Adela right now, obviously very, very strong, very, very broken. Will definitely need a hot fix. I hope they just hurt her in terms of her E cooldown and her defensive stats. Her burst is perfectly fine. Her outplay potential on her R is perfectly fine. It's just the fact that she can get this tanky. She needs to be more item dependent, and she needs a bit more cooldowns and a bit less defensive stats. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. The whole point of this video is just showing how strong Adela is. For anyone who's underestimating her, she's definitely the strongest character in the game right now, without a doubt. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. This is your boy Loy Meets World. I'm out. Peace.